The South African government has announced strict measures in dealing with the spread of the coronavirus, which has been declared a global health emergency by the World Health Organization. To date, over 60 people in the country have been infected with the fast-spreading virus. Several political parties have weighed in on the health crisis, some welcoming government's interventions and calling for mass education.
The African National Congress makes a clarion call to all our structures, alliance partners, and South Africans to be at the center of mass mobilization to win the battle related to COVID-19 through the following measures: mass education to the country's population about the virus and preventative actions.
Well, we welcome the announcement made by the President. I think it's the right action at the right time. And I think it's now up to all of us as South Africans to play our part in containing the spread of the COVID-19 virus. I think that we've got to heed the regulations that have now been put in place.
We appeal to all South Africans to stand together to combat this virus in South Africa. We also welcome the ban on certain international traveling, the closure of the schools, and also the ban on certain gatherings.
We believe that government has taken correct decisions, particularly insofar as the travel bans are concerned. If you look at the fact that the cases reported in South Africa in the main now of people who had actually traveled abroad. But a lot of work now needs to be done here at home, given the fact that you've got 61 cases and close to over 1,000 contacts. And of course, the ripple effects of this have got far-reaching consequences socially and economically for South Africans.
Other parties have accused the government of dragging their feet when dealing with the health crisis, some even requesting government to implement stricter measures to combat the pandemic.
We've been clear from the onset. State quarantine people that have been identified. That's number one. That will be the first measure to make sure that the containment of the virus is clear. And number two, make available all the testing centers, in particular to public hospitals.
I would say typical of President Cyril Ramaphosa, who always liked to consult. But sometimes you need to be pragmatic and cut corners. But in any event, we welcome it.
Definitely, we welcome what has been announced, but we continue to lament the indecisiveness of President Ramaphosa. Clearly, this decision should have been taken 2 weeks ago. So this is a kind of leadership that President Ramaphosa continues to display in the country.
The nation is requested not to panic, but rather unite in adhering to personal hygiene precautions to overcome the pandemic. Following the cancellation of the human rights celebration on Saturday, several other political parties have followed suit by putting a halt to their political activities. They further employed government to do more to avoid the spread of COVID-19 infections. Natasha Piri, SABC News, Johannesburg.